week ahead share. I'm noodling with doing like kind of collective intuition, so just freestyling the energy updates. But I do know I personally appreciate all signs. Like I tend to like I'll go to my signs with readers and astrologers and stuff. Anywho, feel free to feed back to me, but we're going to get in there. So the week ahead, let's do it. So Aries, this is the energy for Aries. Today I'm recording on July 24th. You guys know Patreons get first access, so we're recording live with the Patreons right now. Aries, divine guidance and loving clarity. Aries, divine guidance. So you guys are going to be having a nice perspective shift. It's fairly total as well. It could be a big perspective change around your person, your personality, and then it affects your whole world. Some of you guys, this could have been after a period of isolation and maybe unemployment. Hence, like, I think the new perspective is likely to give you clarity. Yeah, definitely. You possibly had a lot going on. Like, this is sort of total, your whole world, how you're managing everything with regards to your world, your community, your money, your people, right? Like, and I just feel like you've maybe been having some reflections, maybe seeing ways you've been deceiving yourself or deceiving other people, and just not like wanting to do that, basically not wanting. Yeah, I kind of get a sense that for some of you guys this is more to do with how you deceive yourself, overgive, overshare, and then feel like you have to take or something after. So this new perspective, just be aware, for some of you the new perspective could be a bit destabilizing. It might you might see things that, okay, good. You might see things that disrupt the foundation of your world. That's part of that world reverse, okay? So, and then the Nine of Cups is signaling to me that no matter what, if you focus on feeling good, if you focus on doing the things that support your feel goods, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna get into this feeling good, feeling lucky space. And again, this is like wish fulfillment, right? For some of you, I would dare say, yeah, get into your body, like get into your power center. There's a lot of mental energy going on here. Your mental focus will help you feel better as well. That's probably, you've had a bit of a breakthrough, and yet you're still having to stay focused as you move forward. It's almost like a spiritual awakening energy, and then you're seeing a bunch of layers. Let's move on to Taurus. So I always appreciate the timestamps as well, you guys. So, okie dokie, okie dokie dokie. Divine guidance and loving clarity. Divine guidance and loving clarity. This is for Taurus. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Taurus lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity. So, for some of you, you could be, okay, so we've got this Venus going retrograde. There could be a message, one from a child, or more than likely from a past lover. Lovers in the upright. I do feel like this is sort of a like, oh, feeling from this Page of Cups. So this message is maybe hesitant or apologetic or like, sorry. There's something sort of sheepish about the energy coming forward. For some of you, you might be going through a little bit of, so Taurus energy is obviously super stable. Uranus has been transiting Taurus. So there's been This is still a Nine of Pentacles, so there's still stability, but I feel like the stuff that's been going on for some of you has been compromising your sense of stability, making you feel a little bit drained. It's probably more in your mind, though, than actual substantial instability, especially in your pentacle. Part of this energy is actually getting you to own your power more, Taurus. So the Magician card, you're definitely wanting, yeah. I'm hearing this weird thing of coming out of gridlock, coming out of a prison of your mind, coming out of a gridlock way of thinking. That's helping you just rise yourself up, right? From a feeling of love and compassion. I would say just don't worry about I mean, everybody's different, but if you're worried too much about the finances, it can seem like we're losing out, but I sense there's actually still a lot of stability. And there's just this natural ebb and flow of overcoming obstacles, right? So you're overcoming, you're overcoming just maybe those doubts or fears or worries. Like, am I worthy? Am I going to pull it off? Am I going to be able to do it? And yeah, of course. And for some of you, if this is regarding a love romantic kind of connection, I just looked down, I saw the Union card. So I'm like, they're in the Lover's energy. So there's definitely some potential for a reunion or there's definitely here a reconciliation, and a big part of this movement for you has been about your confidence and feeling like you're worthy and feeling like you can have what you deserve and desire, and you can choose. You're the central energy here. Oh, and then another layer there is that for some of you, it might be that you're going to start looking for a new gig, or you're maybe starting to have wobbles or doubts around just the work that you do in the world or the way that you generate money, the way that you make resources, right? So there seems to be maybe a train of thought that's coming in and out from time to time that's making you maybe consider, different streams of income. For some of you, it could have to do with sharing your wisdom or offering some sort of like past life healing or like regression healing. And for some of you, you might be going through all of that to then be guided forward. So it's like a solid reading. It's like kind of like you guys, just solid. Okie dokie, let's move on. So Gemini, we're going to get into your reading for this week. I'm again recording these July 24th, so it's the week ahead for Gemini, divine guidance, love, and clarity. Again, Patreons, if you're here, when you're here, as and when, feel free to hit that like button and share these videos with your mates if you're feeling guided to. I welcome that. It's always a nice thing. So divine guidance and love and clarity. This is for Gemini, divine guidance and love and clarity for my Gemini. Yeah, a lot of work on work, a lot of work on stability, a lot of focus on your pentacle and your career life. You might be focusing on, there could be some underlying conflict going on in the working situation, and or just even like your home life or your body. It's all good, but there's just this, there's a lot of stability, there's a lot coming in, there's enough going out kind of thing. There's a sense of balance and even accumulating some resources, hence the positive work life. But still, there's possibly a little bit of underlying conflict coming up here. And it feels as, again, for you guys to do with feeling good and feeling confident. There's something maybe that is coming up that's making you feel like you've got a choice to make, or that you want to move forward, but you're not sure how. It's possibly to do with your sense of feeling lucky, your sense of feeling good. And of course, the Nine of Pentacles is a very autonomous, sovereign card. So, Gemini, this is really you. Oopsie daisy. This is like you just growing your roots and growing your pentacle. Or even seeing after a phase of like putting in some hard work, like seeing what is making manifest in your world. For some of you, I'm getting a sense of like being seen. So for some of you, you're doing something like you can be seen in your community. people can see the fruits of your labor. So this is actually really positive, Gemini, around like overcoming maybe creative differences, overcoming mental conflict, overcoming possibly a pretty major cycle that again is connected to your power, your will, your drive, your sense of confidence. The King of Wands is like the Wands energy, or that impetus to go, that drive, that actual energy that kind of like, it's like anger, like fire. It's like rah, it kind of destroys things, but it also keeps us warm and is the kind of wellspring of life on certain levels. So it's like this, you're definitely seeing fruits of labor. You're definitely seeing things manifest, and at the same time knowing that you're overcoming conflict, karmic cycles, possibly very painful ones. And you laying that down or overcoming this stuff is a part and parcel of you coming back to full power, right? Coming back into feeling like you can do anything you want. Interesting. So it's because it's a Gemini kind of quality, changing your mind. So for some of you guys, and this of course would be relevant to healing this. So this cycle's over. This way of thinking is over, right? And the change of mind would signal you're probably, yeah, just that you're having shifts of perspective, you're seeing yourself in the world maybe differently, or you're understanding things differently, and all of that recognition, realization, introspection, whatever it might be, is like helping you realize there's nothing stopping you but yourself, right? There's nothing there. I mean, this is a big part of it. Like we're all sort of in many respects just these innocent children navigating this reality and endeavoring to do our best, or doing what we think is right, and yet evolving and uncovering and healing and transforming and doing all these quite radical, maybe once what we thought was really like out there movie like things, but then realizing that is like closer to the truth, that quantum reality, right? So for some of you, there is this perhaps a bit of a spark that will guide you as well. If any of you are feeling, I don't get a sense of stagnation, but knowing as well that if you're healing, if you're just like recouping after a painful cycle, or still feeling a bit energetically drained, just give yourself plenty of time to rest. Once you have that spark again, so once you get that little bit of inspiration, you will move on it. All right, so just trust yourself and that which is growing in your life as well, because no doubt it's been painful, but there's definitely some good stuff on the horizon. Gemini. All right, let's move on. Cancer, divine guidance, love and clarity for my beautiful Cancer lovers. So let's just get into it. So the cardinal signs are headed in for some dynamic energy with the nodal axis transit moving through Aries and Libra. So Cancer and Capricorn placements are going to be getting squared off by those energies. Divine guidance and love and clarity for Cancer. Be mindful of self-deception here. Sneaking around or something. Some of you guys are looking back at this new beginning, or a passionate new beginning. You're looking back at this passionate new beginning, but I'm not sure you're sure about moving. You're like moving forward with all this mental stuff, moving forward, but looking back. I feel this sense of doubt coming through, Cancer. You want to move to calmer waters, but you're mentally confused maybe about a new beginning, this passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands, you're like looking back at this Ace of Wands being like, oh no, do I want that? But there's a bit of a what's the word, conflict, kind of like strain in the energy here. You want to move to calmer waters. Something's stopping you because you're looking back at that. So there's a huge sort of message here about self-deception. So in that regard, and the moon energy, I would say, you might want to take a little time out for yourself to just get really clear about what you're doing, the direction you're going, and if that is the direction you want to go in. It looks like you maybe had this new beginning, or you felt like you were going to have this new beginning, and it's not necessarily like, and if it's not self-deception, it could be that you're in a bit of a clusterfuck of a whole bunch of energies and you're not sure where to go or what to do with it all. And so there's a lot of confusion, not sure which direction to look. And also for some of you, and Venus is retrograde, so it's like a holla shazam for everybody. But there's a review of like, do I want this? You could be going over past relationships, reflecting on past relationships, past loves. And so there's this love here, but you're not seeing it because you're like focusing on the cups in front of you, or you're dreaming up or conjuring up a love. There's just this sense, there's a lot of shifting going on, but I also, yeah, this is like this theme is coming through for a lot of them. The Nine of Cups energy, digging into our strength and really finding a reserve of confidence, feeling good, feeling lucky, feeling empowered. It's when you always make the best decisions in that, not being cocky or arrogant or big-headed, but true grounded sense of self-worth, knowing your accomplishments, knowing what you're worth, knowing your value, and knowing that you're allowed to take a new beginning if you want to. This is a passionate new beginning, though. Something that's probably been on your mind for some time, wanting to move a situation forward, not knowing how, maybe, though. Or that you're just straight up moving in a direction that doesn't probably feel that good and you feel pulled. Hence why you can't find that kind of mental stillness or clarity, because you're being pulled in different directions. And the reading is sort of just saying, just center yourself. That's the best you can do. Really come back to yourself. Center yourself. You're worthy. Cancer has a lot of energy for the home, for the family. Like Cancer to me really typically often would care about their home and about the harmony of their home and feeling good within that. So if there's a conflict going on inside, that's not like you're not getting to that rested place because of self-deception or people deceiving or something like this. A new beginning that's not necessarily gone in a way that is fulfilling, because there's a sense of melancholy in this Four of Cups as well, and the Moon and the Seven of Swords. So a little bit of like, yeah, just not being sure. So it's like the Nine of Cups, like the Nine of Pentacles, the nines, these are just you on your own, sitting and feeling good about who you are. And I think once you get back to that space, you'll feel right. You'll feel good about moving forward. This is something you're looking back on. You're wanting to move forward or present a new beginning on something that you're looking back on. Sexuality. So it could be to do with sex. As in it could be to do with a lover, right? Like a sexual connection. And I think that's just, and this is again part of the astrology right now, the nodal transits. It's just the fact that it's like, unless we're really, really clear, it's best to just figure that out inside. The Pilgrim card is just making me think of going our own way for a bit, going on a bit of a pilgrimage, right? Soul searching, whatever that means to us, right? Yeah, because I think there's things or messages from the beyond that are coming through or wanting to come through, where again, if we're really mentally busy, if our energy's pulled one way or another, then it's kind of hard to hear those messages, right? So, and I really testify to that. Like when our physical reality becomes incredibly unstable, it can be hard to really be tuned in and listen, because our body's in this sort of like relentless survival mode. And it can take a while, like spirit's still guiding us, but coming back home to ground or coming back into our center isn't necessarily like our default or natural in this world, in the paradigm, right? So yeah, trust yourself, give yourself a bit of time. There could be like this new world opening up around your sexuality, yeah, your kind of connection to the beyond. And most of you, I would say, if you just get really centered and feel good about yourself in the present moment, you will know how to proceed, how to move forward. Okie dokie, Cancer, let's move on. So, Cancer, thank you. So let's move on. Leo. Special time. Special time for you, Leos. Venus is retrograde entirely in your sign. There's something about like our ability to shine and be seen the way we value. Oh, how beautiful, Leo. 2 of Cups, right? Bosh darn in the upright. Meeting a potential lover with the 5 of Pentacles. Wow. I mean, is that not part of the dynamic though, right? So often is the case that these love partnerships really end up triggering the shadow, the unwanted parts of ourselves, the shame, the rejection, the abandonment, you know? And so I feel like you're holding strong to the love vibratory, Leo. This is important. It's important for all of us. I'm hearing like, I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. So it's this thing of like, believe in your power. I'm feeling this polarity as well. Like, do you at this point believe in your power to create love and loving reflections, or do you believe in feeling left out and not belonging anywhere? I'm really getting a roaring lion image of like, it's time to shine, Leo. It's time to really be in love with yourself, with your divinity, with your power, with your magic. So what's this 2 of Cups? Overcoming conflict. This is actually kind of specific now. For some of you, this is specifically to do with those of you in a loving relationship, healthy, reflective, loving relationship. There could just be some underlying turbulence coming up. And this is, again, kind of relevant with Venus retrograde. But, you know, we might be focusing on our personal power and not be focusing as much on our partner. And then they're like, yo, focus more on me. I'm feeling left out. I'm not feeling loved. Or it's you bringing that to the table. We're like, you're not giving me enough attention. Yeah, it's worthy of communicating because it's worthy of communicating because we might be feeling a little down and out. Yeah, it just looks like both these people have a lot going on and they're not expressing or sharing some of what's going on. Like the Queen here is having a bit of mental, or sorry, rather emotional confusion, maybe not feeling as abundant in love vibratory. And then the Emperor could be feeling a little restricted in the money department, or just, you know, like having to be serious because we have to keep in budget or something. And in a way, these different aspects or dynamics of these personalities are coming out and triggering some of this underlying conflict, and or triggering some of these feelings of being left out, being limited, feeling not belonging. But I think there's this Magician card, which is coming into your personal power to regenerate, to, you know, wave your magic wand to create something different. I'm going to leave it there for you, Leo. Let me know if that resonates with you guys. I always appreciate, because like tarot is so vast in that way, right? Hence, like, we always defo want to work with people we vibrate with, we resonate with. But that's what I find so fascinating about it, is that it's so, random and vast. And so the way we're all guided to one another, it's really cool. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. Virgo, my beautiful fellow Virgo lovers, love is supreme, Virgo, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Virgo lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity. Fear it not. So right away I'm like, 2 cups reverse. I'm like, oh no. So, however, you're going into... where are we, Virgo? Okay, you might be moving forward to make an offer and present a new beginning. There's an Ace of Pentacles here overarching the reading, which tells me there's this new offer coming in. and it's supported with Knight of Cups. So Two of Cups reverse. So I will get clarity. Two of Cups reverse is sort of making me feel like maybe you've been down and out on the relation front, maybe on the whole romantic side of life. You've just not been feeling it. And this week would say, well, do not fret. You shall have a turnaround. There's going to be a new offer coming in. There's going to be new energy kind of dropping into your world. And the Knight of Cups kind of gives me that sense of like a knight in shining armor, somebody coming in to take you on a date or something like this. Although I do want to highlight just from the astrological perspective that they do say sometimes it's not the most committal energy, that this could be fun, and this like dating at this point could maybe help you get clear on what you're wanting, desiring, or something like this, or what your values really are. But that you're maybe not necessarily going to like end up in a long-term committed relationship from this movement forward, because there's definitely going to be new energy and new movement forward, which, yeah, based on that Two of Cups reverse would say you definitely need a bit of a boost with regards to reflective love type of energy. Ooh, I could be wrong. Although, I mean, it's reversed. So, yeah. Oh, definite. For some of you, the movement forward is very possibly going to lead to an actual move. But this is something you're manifesting. For some of you, it could be like an inheritance that allows you to move. It's definitely a feeling of uprooting yourself to go somewhere different. Or it's like a paternal figure being like, you have to come home or something. So this is an interesting energy, because this is like an energy being called to go somewhere, but once you get there, it feels limited. But eventually you'll get to calmer waters. So, okay, Virgo. This is definitely a week where there's like a movement, transition. You might have a date, but then you might get a message or a call or an invitation maybe to go somewhere. Just be aware of the kind of up and down. You will eventually get to those calmer waters, but as you're making the move, if you have moved or are moving, then this could just, yeah, like anything, it can feel good, but then it can also present its challenges, where energetically it just feels like you might from time to time feel like I don't have the same view, or I don't have the same options, like that kind of feel. But you've just got to kind of carry on with that mental discipline, I think, as well. Just continue to move forward, stay positive, and yeah, you'll get to those calmer waters. There's definitely some new energy, new beginning, and possible new beginning in romance, at least some nice experiences with romance. Okay, Temperance, or rather Virgo. Oh yeah, be patient. Keep looking after yourself as well. To me, this is kind of a nice self-care card too. Libra. Let's get into our Libra lovers. Libras are awesome. Divine guidance and loving clarity. Divine guidance and loving clarity for the Libra beauties. Happily ever after. The 10 of Cups. This is a nice card, a nice energy to start us off. Man, there's, undeniable that these reads sometimes have one collective themes, but yeah, recently it just feels like there's a lot of polarity, like coming out of dark times, feeling totally torn apart or anxious about life and love in a situation. But I feel, Libra, like this is you coming into greater harmony, balance, and love and joy. After 9 of Swords, which has got to be one of the worst, if not like the worst card in the deck. But it's in the reverse, which says you're overcoming this sort of nightmarish, in bed, at home, waking up in the night in pain, mental torment, which is emotional torment. But and this energy possibly has been with you for a little while, 9 months, and it's not, because it doesn't become tormenting if it happens one night. It becomes like a anxiety ridden torment. That word is, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. It becomes that because it's a cycle. It's repeated over and over, possibly connected to family, possibly connected to love, possibly connected, yeah, maybe to a break, maybe to work. Some of you, it could be connected to work and money. So let's get a little bit more clarity on the situation, because the central energy here is the Ten of Cups. And what you're overcoming centrally is this Nine of Swords. So you're overcoming this Nine of Swords. And it's almost like the sense of just let it open up. Let yourself move in to this Ten of Cups energy. Cycles, I know we think we're in control of everything, but sometimes I just think it's like we're just part of it, yo. We're just like, one wheel in a big clock of cogs and wheels. Somehow that makes sense to me. Like, you would think we're controlling this big clock. We're not. We're just this one piece that's actually part of a huge thing. I'm not explaining that very well, but point is that these cycles come to an end. You're coming to an end of a really painful cycle. Not knowing what to do, where to go, who to turn to. There you are, Bo. And it's like coming back into full power. King of Swords in the upright. Like, you know who you are. You know what you want. You might be cutting out a work situation. It's like cutting out a work situation, maybe where you feel undervalued, or you're not aligning. Oh, cool. Wow. So cutting out a work situation where you're not aligning and choosing a loving counterpart is bringing you to your Ten of Cups. I'm still curious about, so I feel like, Libra, you're moving toward a happily ever after, a counterpart, someone you see as your reflection, your live match or loves. What's in the middle of getting is possibly your belief or faith in it. The belief or faith that this new beginning can happen. Because it could be that there is some sort of underlying conflict. Yeah. And it could be, whether it's like just the energy bank of the individuals involved or something that's gone on between this dynamic before, because there is some heartache, pain, and again, like conflict. So it'd be interesting to see how you overcome it. I think you have to trust your intuition, trust your spiritual guidance. Like any of us, I think it's just coming into these deeper energy practices, just like trust the process of life. Like I said, but you thinking we're all in control is just, I think, more burdensome than it can actually relieve us. So yeah, I'm really getting the sense of like trusting your guidance, to believe in love or something. It's the end of a cycle. So I think there's a bit of a dreamy energy this week. Maybe it's one of these things where I'm like, I don't know that there's any action being taken. I feel like maybe you're in the space of just dreaminess and knowing that you're overcoming a painful cycle. But I also feel like it's like there's not a real will to necessarily work really hard, like take decisive action. And let's be fair, if we don't really know what direction we're going to go in, why move? Chill out, have a rest day, have a duvet day. Okay, Cool. That was a pretty powerful reading. And I would say if you just stay strong and don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. It's there. Just hold on to that feeling, you. And yeah. I'm moving on. We're moving on to, like, did I finish my sentence? I don't know. Scorpio. Scorpio, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Scorpio lovers supreme. Manifesting. New love, maybe. This looks to me like a decision needs to be made, but it's not an obvious decision and you can't necessarily predict it or see it. So you're going to have to be super duper intuitive. I would say the message here is that these seeds have been planted and it's only the doubt or the fear, like it's never going to happen. Oh my God, it's never coming. It's never going to happen. It's like trying to watch the water boil, planting the seeds and just staring at the soil, waiting for the seeds to sprout. It's like, that's going to take a while. Just go off and do some other things and trust that the intuition guidance is going to come through. This could be causing you a little bit of anxiety. Sorry to say, Scorpio. And it could be to do with your pentacle, right? Which is why you're like, oh no. But I would say just trust, be intuitive, connect with your emotions. This comes through a lot, just generally too. Like, if there's things you need to release, let go of, let it go and move on. You know, get ready to move around, trust, and keep moving forward. Nice. You are going through a bit of a healing. You know, the star card here, and the Five of Cups. Hence, there's stuff maybe from the past that you're mourning. Things that didn't work out, disappointments, that kind of stuff. But that's all healing. It's all healing. The reverb, though, is maybe feeling a bit more doubtful, feeling like, oh no, well, it didn't work out before. Will it happen this time? Will it work out again? Intuition will know. And again, best to have faith, right? Best to just trust, have faith, wish upon a star, you know, get connected to the cosmos, look after yourself. Something about spirit in the night. Some of you guys have maybe a nocturnal, or you work in the night or something. Yeah, it's like relieving some burdens, relieving past burdens, maybe even burdens around making enough money or being a star. Like really believing in yourself and believing in your dreams. I think it's like mourn, yes, heal, yes, grieve, yes, and then move on, right? And I feel like your intuition and sense of yourself and your creative expression and just how you share your spirit, like how you share your spirit with the world is like the key to overcoming anxieties, certainly anxieties that connect to your manifestation power, connect to the garden of your life, right? Like just trust that you know how to prune your garden, but that your garden is continuing to grow. So step into your power and truth and trust and surrender to that process versus being too much in your head and thinking you have to like figure it all out. Okie dokie, Sagittarius, let's get into it. Mega appreciate you guys. Thanks for your vibratories, your likes, your comments, your subs. So, Sagittarius. Interesting energies here too, because I feel like you've maybe had a new start. King of Wands, although this could be you. There's a Cancer energy here. I feel like it's This feels like really wanting to take charge of your love life, but in a way that's connected to your home life. Being guided forward to find those loving connections that reflect you and empower your power, like the people that really reflect and empower your power. I'm getting. You might get messages, or you might want to send messages. For some of you, you're definitely focused on your money, your pentacle, you're working hard, you're focusing on putting the work in. And the star card here is, again, that overarching theme of there is a healing cycle happening. Focus on that creativity, focus on your foundations, but that's a lot to do with moving forward in a guided way to find the people that reflect you, the Two of Cups. People that you love, wanting more of the people that you love around you, because that's a part of how you feel empowered. It's a part of how you feel yourself as well. So as much as you're working really hard, Sagittarius, there's a little bit of energy here around don't neglect your spiritual center. Don't neglect your spiritual practices. Yeah, because for some of you, your spiritual practices or how you connect to spirit or how you channel divine messages could end up bringing you your Ten of Pentacles. There is another energy here, which I'll say. Be mindful if there's a female figure in your life, like a mother or a boss, that's a bit of a... somebody who's like, you're just going to have to work really, really hard. You're just going to have to keep working. I would be mindful of taking on too much of that energy. Trust your spiritual guidance, Sag. And know the people that reflect you, that feel warm and loving and compassionate. Know the difference, right, between that loving, warm, compassionate, empathic support, guidance, love from yourself, from other, versus those tormenting voices of like, you don't deserve it. You know, you just have to work really, really hard. So I think a lot of you have already stepped into new beginning, and now you're just, again, in this determined sense of finding more loving reflections. Okay, Capricorn. Let's get into it, my beautiful Capricorn lovers. Capricorn, divine guidance and loving clarity for Capricorn, divine guidance and loving clarity. Let's get into it, divine guidance. Capricorn, Capricorn. You might be feeling a lot more powerful. King of Wands. I feel like you might be really getting into this powerful position. It's like you don't even have to defend yourself anymore. You just are the power in your life. I think you're really grounded, connected to your center. You've possibly been through, well, I know you have, Caps, because Pluto's been transiting through your sign. So you've been through a pretty dynamic transformational cycle. You've been through it. Now you're rising like the Phoenix, like the King of Wands. Remember that thing from A Course in Miracles, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. Remember that truth is you really don't have to defend yourself in anything when you're just being yourself and moving forward. Staying grounded, staying really centered. Looking forward, moving forward. Again, I really feel this sense of you're just feeling more empowered. Gifted. I feel like for some of you, there could be a bit of a recognition, even if it's just an inner recognition of your own gifts, the gifts that you have to share with the world. For some of you, there is a commitment coming in. This is a commitment of integrative work, as in both people have integrated the shadow. That's part of why you're feeling more powerful. Don't always remember that self-love and self-compassion is always going to serve you, Capricorn. integrating the shadow, coming back into wholeness, right? Ha! There you are. I think it's super cool when the Capricorn energy comes out in your reading, because it just means that you're like embodying more of your essential self, like more of your truth. There's no fear, you know? You can unapologetically be who you are. I mean, that's the aspect of the devil energy anyway, though, too. If integrating the shadow helps us to integrate the devil, right? So that the devil doesn't control us. So it's like, yeah, not letting your shadow, and you're feeling more empowered, more light-filled, more bold, and possibly at some point more action-oriented. But the temperance underpinning the King of Wands is really giving me the sense of you're still going to be really patient. You're going to have to endeavor to keep coming back to yourself to stay balanced. But there could be some faster moving energies. Definitely an integration cycle going. And I would say on the, the next few weeks, some pretty substantial new energy coming in. Okie dokie. Capricorn, thank you guys so much. And then let's move on. Aqua. So Aquarius, my beauties. Let's get into it. Aquarius, divine guidance and loving clarity for the Aquarian beauties. Divine guidance and loving clarity for Aquarius. End of July 2023. Aqua. I think there's a Aquarius full moon. Aquarius full moon. Early August. So we're coming up to it. Aquarius. Hearing Aquarius, don't be a fool, okay? For some of you, you might be a fool. You might take this big spanking new leap into the arms of this King of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm looking 2 of Cups reversed. I'm like, oh no, but the King of Pentacles in the upright. You're taking this new leap, right? Possibly walking away from some of your physical foundations. So you might be breaking free on your own as well in a work situation. Like you might be leaving an employment thing and becoming self-employed for some of you. But then with regards to the love story, the 2 of Cups, and then I look down for clarity and it's the 6 of Cups. So this is just telling me that this is somebody you know. This is somebody that you're returning to, or they're returning to you. That obviously there was a love connection because it's 2 of Cups and 6 of Cups. I'm like, there's definitely a strong bond. Maybe in the past you were just super non-committal. Knight of Wands reverse, or they were, right? So in the past, there was just one of you maybe didn't have enough foundation, maybe didn't have enough stability, super non-committal, wishy-washy, back and forth, probably a lot of passion and fun. But there was no substantial offer made. But this looks like it's coming back around. And again, the shift of energy is super rad because this 9 of Wands into this King of Pentacles. So the situation itself has grown. Both people have grown. Both people have created more foundations. And maybe again, the six of Cups is a sudden recognition of like, oh my God, we do know each other. Or like this was this. So I would say this is a love situation that's genuinely gone through a bit of a rebirth. Let me know if that resonates with you guys. Okay, let me know if that resonates, please. Okie dokie. Let's crack on, shall we? So, divine guidance and clarity for Pisces. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Pisces lovers. really clear. You're going to get there. You're going to get to that energy of more financial independence, sustainability. Some people say this is the self-made energy. Obviously abundant, generous, but savvy as well. Sometimes get a sense of like expertise in that Nine of Pentacle energy. But again, it's really clear. So Magician is your first card with the Seven of Pentacle and the Ten of Wands reversed. So there's a heavy load that you're offloading. Like energetically, it could be a lot to do with your past perceptions around manifestation or around pentacle, around money. And the Magician is just signaling like you're really stepping into your power, feeling connected to all that is, and knowing that your seeds are going to bear fruit, and feeling the difference. So you're no longer carrying certain burdens. It's as simple as that. And burdens that would probably once have limited your ability to feel like the Nine of Pentacle. You know, if we got these bills to pay and all these people to look after and we don't have enough for this and we don't have enough, we're gonna feel burdened, right? We're not feeling like this sort of, this to me is a little bit empressy, a little bit like la la la, like work in my garden, share some of my money, let's have a tea party, you know, let's dance with the birds. This person is not burdened. They're on top of things and they have plenty. So it's a really radical shift, right? Of going from, wait, how do I create more abundance? Well, step into this. Step into this abundant energy and drop that, because you have, whether you're consciously fully aware of it, you have dropped this. Now it's just about knowing these things are manifesting, stepping into this new energy. You're in the Magician though, so like you're definitely on it. You know, you're definitely working on it. So, okay, cool. No, a little weekly read. I did the week ahead reading as well. No, I did a week ahead energy update, I think. Or no, it was just like a collective reading. So this one is the all signs. I'm literally saying this for myself, so I know how to title it. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being my internet friends. If you enjoyed that reading, please subscribe to Alta Love. It really helps me out. And if you want to check out any of the merchandise, if you want to join the Patreon community and get first access live shares, ad-free, you know, and all that jazz, I'll look forward to it. I'll see you where I see you. And keep looking after yourself. Keep loving yourselves. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Peace out.